Virgo 30. A false call unheard in attention to immediate service. The attention is very easily distracted indeed. We can imagine that there was a time as animals when we were both hunter-gatherers, hunters, and also prey. We had animals trying to eat us. So the ability that we have to quickly change our focus of attention to respond to sensitivity or noise or whatever is a survival issue. So any ability that we might develop to concentrate that attention, to hold it in a very disciplined way upon a specific point in space-time, that's an unusual ability to develop, that level of concentration. And indeed, the people who have developed it are very unusual, and they're usually in positions of importance in society. Such people as the professional world, they must hold their attention. Imagine a brain surgeon having a daydream when he's at work, or an accountant or a solicitor, just not wondering too much about the detail of the matter and just putting in what they feel might work. It just doesn't hold society together. So those people that can concentrate their attention are very special, and they're rewarded for it. Now, when we're on the path, we have to develop that quality. The path of a spiritual seeker is not casual. It's very highly disciplined. And the discipline that we're talking about here is how to hold the attention on the matter in hand, the here and now. We need to do whatever it is we're doing exceptionally well. We need to achieve that level of excellence in all that we do. All that we do. We need to be somebody who is responsible for being excellent all of the time. And the way in which we do that is to learn how to identify distractions from our purpose. So for this we need a purpose. We need to know what we're doing and have a goal and seek ardently to attain that purpose in any moment. And we need to know what is a distraction from that purpose, a temptation, a seduction. And we need to resist that by force of will. It's too easy just to allow yourself to be pulled in any direction. There is an advantage in that. There's a very definite quality to be a flowing person at choice. If you choose to be flowing, then flow. But what we're discussing here is the availability of another choice, the opposite choice. To have that choice available as well is that when we choose not to flow, then we keep our eyes on the prize and we are not distracted. Now, if we move this up to the highest level of understanding, the distractions we're talking about are temptations. And we're not only talking about sex and drugs and rock and roll, we're talking about moving your attention away from the ability to care for other people, to care about the environment, to notice what's going on, to see yourself both as a player and an observer in the theatre of life, both at the same time. And to be tempted away from that single purpose of spirituality is happening all the time. The moment we get up in the morning, we are distracted. And that happens throughout the day. We're distracted by appetites and by the inability of the mind to concentrate. So the secret of this degree, the mystery that we have to find, is how we find a way to discipline our minds and our will not to give in to temptation and seduction and distraction. And the answer lies in the development of integrity. Integrity basically is living by your principles, not doing the easy thing because it's expedient, but to doing the right thing, whatever the cost. That's a major difference between those who make it and those who won't make it. You won't make it without integrity. Integrity means oneness, and it means authenticity. It means alignment between who you are in terms of earthly expression and who you are in terms of soulful qualities. The integrity of your being depends upon that alignment. And if you choose to live that way and choose to make that the priority of your life, the highest priority of your life above all of your other responsibilities, that's extraordinarily controversial, to put your integrity first. And if you do that, then you're on the fast track. That'll take you there. Just do the right thing all of the time. You know this is the way to be because your conscience tells you so. If you do the wrong thing, even if it's inefficient rather than bad, shall we say, something feels wrong. It just doesn't gel right. But if you do something which is bad, in other words, against your principles, your conscience will tell you, and you'll feel that. It's not only a mental awareness, not only a thought, an idea, an intelligent, rational inference from facts. It's a feeling. We're given body knowledge of the right direction and the wrong direction in life. However, in this particular case, as I first said, the DNA coding is for us to allow our attention to be like the wind, easily distracted, because that's a survival advantage. So we have to train ourselves to overcome that by insisting on doing the right thing at the right time. And that is fulfilling your will. That's a part of the right thing. If you make a decision to do something, then you need to do it. If you say something to someone, then you need to keep your word. These are all aspects of integrity. Somebody who does not do what they say, they cannot be of integrity. And they are not on a spiritual track of any great consequence. They won't get anywhere. So we have to train ourselves to behave professionally when we're on the spiritual path. The spiritual path is more difficult to study than architecture, doctoring, accountancy. You know, it's higher level of work. It's a greater demand upon your priorities and the cost to your personal desires. It costs more than all of that, more than anything else. So if you want to do this thing properly, then you have to develop that professional attitude. And certain professions have very great codes of honor, like doctors. Do no harm. Save somebody if you can, help people. Be a good Samaritan. That's the code of a doctor. Well, why isn't it the code of a spiritual person as well? It should be a higher code for a person who is serious about their spiritual attainment. And on that level of any profession, you can't allow your attention to wander, because then you lose it and you're not of the highest integrity. And of course we find that being of the highest integrity is not only the right thing to do, but it's also the fast track to happiness. This is a secret that most people never get to understand. Integrity is what leads to happiness, not pleasure.